So, just to point out before we start, what we're going to look at now is some of the pre-canned solutions around OMS and how it can give fantastic security and visibility into your environment. When you open OMS, uh, one that's in use, it has a bunch of tiles or blades, and you can see straight away you get things like an anti-malware assessment and update management. We get security and audit, which is the very first thing we're going to look at. Service map. These are all pre-configured solutions that come from something called a solutions gallery. And a solutions gallery is you have four solutions: insight and analytics, security and compliance, automation and protection. And you enable these and you drag and drop them onto your environment, and with them configured, they just start to work. So here's the security and audit one that we're going to have a look at straight away. Just before I do that, I have a VM called Hackme, very appropriately, and I'm just going to do more choices. I'm just going to come into this as admin 34, blah, 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 and it fails, and I'll just go in again, and it fails, and I'll just go in again. So what I'm just trying to show you is, like, there's going to be no pause on this video. I'm just going to fire it in. PK. And so here's me getting the successful connection to this box. And so what we're just going to have a look at first of all is we're going to start off by looking at security and audit. And this is probably one of the most fantastic components you're going to see, because it gives, like, if you could get this all green, if you could have notable issues removed and you are able to really keep track of what's going on in this environment, it would be a super helpful dashboard for you to have a look at. So the first thing we're going to just start out with is identity and access. So accounts attempting to log in. And when I pivot onto this, and remember, you don't need to know a whole lot to just click on this and just get in and see what's going on. And you can see when I highlight this, we have accounts logged on 24, accounts failed to log on 740 japers, and I can see accounts with a reset password. So if I just go in and just have a look at that straight away, it will just spin into the event ID, and you can see that the machine account of that box has been reset. And if I were to go into it, it would give me some details, and it would tell me, here's the account, it's been reset, where the event log was, etc. What we're just going to have a look at is we're going to have a look at accounts failing to log in. So I just highlight this here, and as soon as I highlight it, it will show me 100 accounts that are failing to log in. Okay, and then down here it's going to show me the computers. So Hackme is a VM that I have sitting in Azure, and it has an IIS website, and it has a public IP address, which means it's been scanned and viewed and people are trying to attack it. There is nothing on Hackme. It's a vanilla build IIS server from the gallery. So if they want to get in and hack it, good for them. But here's what I can find out, and like just to understand that this is based on the last day of data. And if I go, there's been 10,000 login attempts for Hackme. So right now I'm just going to zoom in and focus on it. And you can see that there's been 3,230 failed logins for the administrator. And then you can see there's a whole bunch of other ones as we scroll down. And these are people, just trying to hit the box as, Azure user, because they know it's in AWS, it's in Azure. And, you can see just fine there, Microsoft account admin, Ashley Cameron. So these are, for me, the awesome thing about this is that if you don't have a policy to rename the local admin, you absolutely should, and admin and test user. These are all being scanned and hit on this box. 740 attempts. Pretty scary. Here I can actually see the accounts that have successfully logged in, and there ain't really that many of them that are PK has successfully logged in 7 times, so that box hacked me. But you can see there's quite a lot of issues connecting to it, and the amount of successful logins are really very small. So why don't we just spin back and go back to the security and audit page, and this is fed from things like our IP monitoring, network traffic, from a whole series of different things. If I go to servers with outbound malicious traffic, it currently says 0, but let's just go in and explore that. And you can see that's based on the last day. And if I say, will you just do it on a custom day, and I say from the 1st of February till now, and what you'll see is that PK Dell Desktop has had 218 communications. Now, this is the box that I've been using in my demos, running the backdoor utility that goes out onto the internet. Here's some really interesting stuff. It gives me the IP address. It says the IP address is in the United States. It's a malicious IP, and this is a known phish. And how does Microsoft know that? Well, it's coming from the intelligence security graph. So we get to see this has been fed from wire data. We see there's been outbound communication. I mean, why is that such a big deal? It means the phishing attempt has gone through your firewall, has hit the machine, is communicating with your machine, and your machine is communicating back with these malicious IPs. It's coming in on TCP, it's IPv4. In other videos in this series, we've looked at advanced threat analytics, the on-prem solution that you deploy into your environment. And so once there's an agent on your ATA center, it will start firing information up into OMS. You can see here, if I just spin this over to 7 days and click OK, because I'm just focusing on it one day, you can see that we get the alerts coming in from ATA, and you can see where this is really starting to build a circle of protection and close the gap. And here are my suspicious activity events, and you can see what events have happened. They were on DC1, happened from this desktop. If you've looked at other videos, you'll have seen this process, but I just want to call to your attention is that it's appearing inside the OMS suite. The next blade we're going to have a look at is change tracking. I don't know how many companies I go into that say, once we make changes, we've problems. Just to try and orientate yourself, what you're able to see in this environment is changes and when they've come in over a period of time. You can see here that we've a ton of software changes in the environment, and we can see what they are here. And I can see, for example, on a PK Dell Desktop, there was a change, and the change is there was an application, Grammarly, that was downloaded and installed on it. That was to write the book from my terrible grammar and spelling. And if I look here, I see that there have been file changes. And so I'm able to click into the file changes, and it will go in and show me what the changes are, on what box, and what it was. And so on Service Map, I've just connected to this box, Hack Me online. There isn't a whole lot going on it, but you can see straight away that we have notable security issues, and we have Windows updates missing on the box. It will tell me that the box is communicating on 443 port 80 and 3256, which is a remote RDP for me. So let's just have a look at what we can see from here. First of all, on the summary page, I find out a little bit about the box. Server 2016, 16 connected clients, 12 connected servers, no inbound, 14 outbound connections, and I'm able to spin down and see if there's alerts, if there has been changes to the box, and then there's some security information. So I have a warning, an information, and a critical update. So if I spin into, look, like there's a critical update missing, and I just say, okay, will you show me what the critical update is? It will pivot to the update page, and it will tell me specifically, what updates are missing for the box. If I just go back to properties on it, and you can see when I scroll down, I'm able to do monitoring immediately from this screen. So I'm able to see, for example, what the CPU usage is like. It's 1%, basically totally not used. Memory usage, I'm able to see networks, and I'm able to see network performance. And all of this helps to come together and build my security map of the environment. Next blade we're going to look at is update management. And so what this is coming to tell me is that, here's Hackme that we already saw. It has 2 critical updates missing and 8 other updates. And you get a really nice view of your Windows, Linux, Windows updates, Linux updates. And if I go into Windows computers, it's going to spin in, and it's just going to show me, PK Dell desktop has a whole bunch of updates missing, and it will tell me here what the updates are. And you can see Hackme has 10 updates missing. So Windows 10 and latest drivers are missing from PK Dell desktop. If I pivot into them, once again, it will show me what what's missing on the box. We finally get a log analytics, log search, where all of this data has been pulled into OMS, and you just can work out the log queries to try and find out what it is you want to look for. I'm just going to do one to say, find all security events by computer, and I just hit OK. Sorry, I just hit OK. And it's going to come in and show me the account, the login type, if it was network service, interactive, what processes are running. So here's services, here's health service, etc. So if I go to health service, it has picked up a login from the health service, and then it will spin over to the machine to show me what's happening on the box. So aside from the myriad of tools that OMS comes with, you can go and create your own custom dashboards that will help you really understand your security standpoint, what's happening in your security environment, and how you can go and manage and control that. Just circling back right to the very start, I tried to get in with admin 34, and you can see the 3 accounts that were in. I actually just had no idea how much brute forcing was happening on this box. If I go into admin 34, it will tell it's a network account. I can scroll into it to get into a little bit more detail, and from that detail, there's the event ID. It was on Hackme, and it just gives a little bit more detail there. And here's the IP address that the communication was coming in to the machine. OMS offers really a lot of solutions to go out and monitor your environment and report on the health and criticality of the environment. We feel at the moment that it's a tool that you would use in conjunction with Operations Manager. possibly connecting it to Power BI and allowing Power BI to drive a lot from it.